Hello everyone, so today we'll be solving this question, and this question is related to permutation. So the question is, if p bracket 2n minus 1 comma n is to p 2n plus 1 comma n minus 1 is equal to 5 is to 3, then n is equal to, so we are supposed to find the value of n in this question. And let me give a short introduction about permutation and the formula of permutation. So if you have something like this, then the formula says so this is the formula of permutation. So n over here is the total number of objects, and r over here is the total number of objects selected. So this is the total number of objects, this is the total number of objects selected. So in this case, 2n minus 1 is the total number of objects and n is the total number of objects selected. Similarly here, 2n plus 1 is total number of objects and n minus 1 is total number of objects selected. So let's start solving this question. Yeah, let's go. So let's apply the formula that we just saw. So yeah, the first one would be 2n minus 1 minus n. I hope you are familiar with the concept of factorial, else learning about permutation and combination is going to be really difficult. Plus 1, right, is equal to 5 over 3. Yes, so we just applied the formula that we previously saw, and now let's start solving it. So 2n minus 1 remains as it is. 2n minus 1 minus n is n minus 1 factorial, and then 2n plus 1 remains as it is. 2n plus 1 minus n plus 1 is equal to n plus 2, right? So now is equal to 5 by 3. Now let's remove this ratio sign and change it to multiplication. Ratio sign is nothing but division sign. We are going to reciprocate everything and we will get n plus 2 factorial 2n plus 1 factorial is equal to 5 over 3. So now you have to be creative. Let's see. We have to cut out the factorial sign in order to proceed with this question. How can we do this? I'll give you an example. So if you have 6 factorial, you can write it as 6 times 5 factorial. And this 5 factorial can be written as 5 times 4 factorial. In short, you can write n factorial as n times n minus 1 factorial, and again n factorial, n minus 1 factorial can be written as n minus 1 times n minus 1 minus 1 factorial. So n minus 1 minus 1 will be minus 2 factorial, right? So what did you understand here? So to find the factorial, you are going to write the number as it is times that number minus 1 factorial, and again this n minus 1 factorial can be written as n minus 1 times n minus 2 factorial. So we are going to apply this concept while solving this question. So what we are going to do is, let's zoom in. 2n minus 1, let's keep it as it is, n minus 1. This 2 remains as it is. Let's change the other side. So n plus 2 factorial can be written as n plus 2 n plus 1 factorial. So I removed, so we got this from n plus 2 minus 1 factorial, right? So that's how I got it. And n plus 1 factorial can be written as n factorial, and again n factorial can be written as n minus 1 factorial. And since we have n minus 1 in the denominator, we can cut this. Now let's move to the denominator here. So 2n plus 1 factorial can be written as 2n plus 1 2n factorial, and again 2n factorial can be written as 2n minus 1 factorial, right? And since we have 2n minus 1 factorial here, this and this, they cancel each other out, and this is equal to 5 over 3. Now it's simple, right? And one more thing, this n over here cuts this n over here. So now we can multiply this with this and this with this and find the value of n. Okay, don't allow, we don't need it. Okay, so let's move to the next page. So we get wait a minute, let's zoom in, right? N plus 2 n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 is equal to 5 over 3. So that way, let's do this. Let's multiply this side by 3, cross multiplication, and 5 times 2 is 10, 1. Oh, the curly bracket looks really funny. Better. So 3 times n square plus 3n plus 2 is equal to 20n plus 10. So 3n square plus 9n plus 6 is equal to 20n plus 10. Let's try to solve this as fast as we can. So 3n square, let's bring this item to left hand side. That way we get minus 11n minus 4 is equal to 0. Now let's do middle term splitting. So 3n square minus, since there is a minus sign over here, we are going to use minus sign here as well. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 minus 1 is 11. Or you can factorize it the way you know. It's not necessary to follow my steps. 12n plus n minus 4 is equal to 0. Maybe one more step here. If we take 3n common from this, we get n minus 4 plus 1 n minus 4 is equal to 0, right? And if we take n minus 4 common from that side, we get 3n plus 1 n minus 4 is equal to 0. Let's change the color of the pencil. Therefore n is equal to 4, or minus 1 by 3. And since we are dealing with factorial, this option is not the correct one, because the factorial of negative numbers is a complex number, so we are not going to deal with that. So simply put, the answer is 4. So therefore the answer of this question is 4. I hope you learned how to do this. Nothing very difficult. You have to be well acquainted with the formula of permutation, and you'll be able to do it. So I hope you learned how to do this, and hope to see you in my next videos. Thank you.